I'm trying to document this. This might be difficult. This is nothing more than a cheap Amazon cart that I got a while back when I had the Sun Dolphin kayak. Trying to modify it to fit the new kayak. This Old Town Topwater 106 PDL. We'll see if we can't make this work. Alright, so at this point I have temporarily removed the kickstand that was on it, which I may end up removing that completely. I found I don't really use it that much, and once I have these on there, the idea would be for this thing to stand up by itself, and then once the kayak actually gets set down on it, it'll kind of level itself out. But I did want to keep these on here to kind of act as buffers between the aluminum and the PVC. That's the plan for now. We'll see how that works out. Alright, so what I have now is some industrial strength double-sided tape on the PVC. Haven't actually removed the sticky side yet, but I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to place that on here so that way everything's hopefully lined up and I can drill my holes kind of all at once, or as close to it as possible. Alright, so let me show you all the progress so far. This one is mostly secure. Still got to do this one here. And I went up and I got my stainless steel hardware. I got the bolts, 1/4-20 bolts, and then got some washers and the rubber insert, locking nuts. And I drilled a quarter inch hole through the bottom side here and into the aluminum and out the other side, and then drilled a 1/2 inch hole here. I got a little bit of double-sided tape on here, and that allows me to kind of stick this down through here once I have the washer in place inside of the tube, and then I can use this to push it down through there, screw it in, and then secure it on the other side with the nuts just like that. I haven't tightened anything down yet, obviously, but we'll get to that. Just giving you a little, showing you how I did it. Alright, just another little update. So I did go ahead and take the kickstand off. You can see that's where the kickstand was attached. To do that, I had to take the wheel off in order to get to this nut and unscrew it. And then when it was time to put it back on, this spring actually has quite a bit of tension on it. To make things easier, I grabbed the 10mm socket, just put the little extension on it, and was able to push to get it started. Kind of went backwards till I heard it click. Knew that I wasn't cross-threading it, and then went forward. So this makes it easier rather than trying to hold this spring down by hand. You can just use this to push the spring back and kind of get the nut going. So we're good on that. So after adding a strap, we have success. Pulling forward, no problem. I'll show you why in a second. Going backwards, it has a tendency to slide forward if you don't have the strap on it. I went ahead and put some pool noodles on there, secured those with electrical tape, and then wrapped pipe insulation, 1/8 inch thick, 2 inches wide. Wrap that around there. My estimation total cost into this cart is about 60 bucks. We'll see how long it lasts. I may end up having to upgrade. I may get sick of having to strap this thing on or whatever. I think most of them you do have to strap on. The only exception is the scupper hole ones, but we all know that's a no-no. Or if you don't know, it is a no-no according to Old Town. But for the most part, seems to work just fine. Alright, just another thing here. This is a storage in the PDL, the 106 and the 120, pretty much all of them. What I did was went up and got a cheap ammo box from Harbor Freight and took the lid off, cut off the hinges and the things used for locking the lid once it's on there. I ended up trimming this down. I probably trimmed it down a little too far. There was like a little lip, and I took it all the way down to that lip. I probably could have taken about half of that off of there, and this would have probably still worked. Not a big deal. I just trimmed mine on a bandsaw. But you know, this is all open and stuff could slide all around, so to prevent that from happening, that's why this is in here. The bottom is just secured with double-sided tape. And this is my strap for my cart. I decided, at least for now, that's where that goes. So there's the cart. Like I said, cheap little Amazon cart. Probably cost me 40 bucks on Amazon back when I had a Sun Dolphin. These things, I was going to use them as buffers. I think I'm probably just going to end up cutting those off. Maybe adding some D-rings or something like that. That'll make it a little easier and a little bit more secure when I put the strap on there. Typically, I found that you want that on the front of this cheap little cart. Depending on where I'm going, I might have one on each. That way, if I need to, if it's like rough terrain, I can put 2 straps on there and make it even more secure. I'll try to quickly show you how easy it is to put the cart on there. If I can get it in the camera, we'll see. Looks like you can see it. I don't have to go down here, but we'll get the idea. For the most part, like I said, it doesn't slide around. There is a lip there where the driveway meets the grass, and a lot of times it catches on that and then wants to push forward. So that's really the reason for the straps. Alright, so just one more thing that I did want to cover very quickly is the rear seat risers that I made. Those are just like a 2x4 cut down. Just kind of crudely tried to match that radius, or whatever you want to call it. And then I put industrial strength Velcro on there so that it stays on the seat even if I take the seat off. I know Navarre Fishing or Kayak Fishing or something like that, based out of Florida, they make risers that are plastic, but they want $40 for the set. I mean, these cost me maybe $1. I did, however, go ahead and order the for the universal transducer mount. I went ahead and ordered the one that they make for the Garmin Striker 4 that I have. It should be here in the next couple of days, and that'll make mounting that a lot easier. Other than that, I haven't really done any modifications. I have every intention of taking modifications on this kayak very slowly. I'll do another update once I get the fish finder installed, I guess. Other than that, the next thing that you see should hopefully be some on-water footage. I mean, I have broke her in, I have caught fish in her, and she's a good yak so far. I'm really happy with the purchase. There's plenty of reviews on this kayak. I don't think you need another one from me. But yeah, I appreciate you watching. We'll see you in the next one. More fishing videos to come here.